and welcome where we're filming on location in Aurora, Colorado, just outside of Denver, as we wrap up SIIM 2019. It's Updates at SIIM with Cheryl and Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Cheryl, how are you?
I'm well. And you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to be outdoors here. It's kind of like we're camping.
First time, yeah.
Backyard
glamping.
filming, backyard talk show.
So what's your big takeaway from the last 4 days?
You know, I think there's a couple of things. First of all, maybe the biggest piece is how special SIIM is. Obviously, we're a little bit biased, but so many people coming up to me talking about the chance to meet people in such an easy format. You can walk up to anyone, even the world's expert in artificial intelligence, tap her on the shoulder and start a conversation.
Right.
I think there's an energy going on with what we're doing that I haven't seen in a long time.
I've heard that too, a vibe. People talk about a vibe.
There's a total vibe. The pneumothorax challenge, I don't know if you've been following that online.
What are we up to? How many teams?
We were up into the 400s when I checked last night. Maybe during the commercial break, I'll take a peek and see how.
And that's what, 3 days since we
we're
announced
like day 3, which is incredible.
Yeah.
So over 4.
And can I tell you what I like the most?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So at the board meeting, we're getting questions. What's DICOM? Because this is global.
And this is not from our typical SIIM members, but these are from folks that work in machine learning, artificial intelligence. They want to know about these standards. So registration, tell me a little bit about what's going on there.
I am so excited, Jim, to tell you that we increased 13%.
13% over last year.
Year's registration.
That is incredible.
We are now on par with what was 2009.
2009, so we are back to attendance levels from 10 years ago, before the Great Recession.
Do you want to know the number?
Absolutely, let's.
894.
894,
yes,
boom,
yay.
On the dot. That is awesome.
Team SIIM is growing. I'm so excited.
It's just, and what's impressive is this has been year after year, we've had double-digit growth at the annual meeting. It's really impressive.
And to see the turnout at our annual membership meeting.
Over 200 people.
We ran out of lunches.
I think everybody was excited to hear my report. You think that's what it was?
I think it was, Jim.
Or maybe the free lunch. Could have been the free lunch.
Maybe, yeah. And can I tell you about my most embarrassing moment?
I would love to hear it. Let's share it with the world.
Well, at the reception last night, someone came up to me and said, Cheryl, did you throw your badge on the floor? He found my badge on the floor in registration.
Oh my gosh, well I could have.
And had to turn it into registration.
That's like the keys to the kingdom.
And do you know why? Because I had to go, I was involved in picture taking.
Okay.
So I took it off, I laid it on the floor.
Yeah.
But I totally forgot. And so imagine an attendee finding my badge on the floor in registration, thinking I threw it there and left the scene.
Well, that's funny because I kept seeing this person named Cheryl Carey running around, but didn't look anything like you at all. But now it all makes sense.
My impersonator?
Your impersonator.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been a spy from one of the other societies.
Yeah, no, so did you have an embarrassing moment?
I have so many embarrassing moments.
No, here.
I think probably the most embarrassing moment is our program chair, Rick Wiggins, kicking me out of the top 10 on the leaderboard and doing it publicly all over Twitter. And better yet, he did it in a way that locked me out permanently from the top 10. I can't get back in despite my best efforts. But don't worry, I'm already plotting to get back at him for next year. So watch out, Wiggins.
Yeah, Jim's out to get you.
So let's talk about the Global Ambassador Program. A lot of exciting things going on there.
Yeah, new this year.
So first thing is, up until now, we've had our own global ambassadors go overseas.
Outbound.
Outbound, oh, I like that term. That's the technical term.
Right, and this year we added inbound.
Inbound. So what does inbound mean, Cheryl?
Inbound means a SIIM member from a global country came to SIIM 19 with our help, who might not have been able to come otherwise.
Exactly, and so we felt like you could get a lot of learning here. As we grow this program, we think that we'll be able to do some sort of mini internships here in North America. Yeah. And so it really makes it a symmetrical program.
Yeah, and so the Global Ambassador Committee put out the call and selected Dr. Kim Ann Git from Malaysia, who is here.
And I think
How nice is that?
I think this is pretty special because not only was she selected to come here from Malaysia,
right,
but she competed in
the Innovation Challenge.
Jinx, you owe me something.
And not only did she compete, she won $10,000.
That is incredible.
The Innovation Challenge Award, prize money. Yeah.
So a couple years ago, we've started taking some of our research funds and said, hey, for people that are able to come up with new technologies, that are able to change the field of imaging informatics, let's award those folks as if they're a startup company.
Absolutely. How exciting.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. And so all the educational sessions that we've had here on site, I've heard so many great comments about the caliber of the sessions. And for those who weren't able to attend, or maybe you were presenting in one session and couldn't attend a session that you wanted to
Which
attend.
was every single session
Every
that
single
I
one.
presented at.
That program committee, we're going to have to get on them, Jim.
There's just
Can't
too
they
much
do a
good
better
stuff.
job, right? No. But no, this year, we're going to offer the session recordings on SIIM, our new platform, post-conference. And if you came, paid full registration, whether attendee or exhibitor.
And can I finish this off?
And
so you did all those things, and if you fill out your survey for the conference, you'll get a code. And that code will let you get access to all of the recordings from the annual meeting for free as part of your membership.
Yeah. But if you weren't here and didn't pay, there'll be a small fee.
A small fee.
Access the session recordings online.
Not everybody can come.
How cool is that?
It's pretty great.
SIIM, check it out.
So I'll be listening to all the things that I missed.
Yeah, or maybe even attended a session and you wanted to go back and hear something again.
What did Whitfield say again? Did he really say that?
I know. Well, check it out.
All
SIIM. Mark, welcome to the new role at SIIM.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited.
Do you want to tell our viewers what it is?
Yeah, so the members have elected me the chair-elect of the SIIM board, which means that over the next year I'll be under the tutelage of Jim Whitfield and learning about the ins and outs of what it means to be the chair of the board.
Very excited to be working with you next year.
Yes.
But now we're going to have to decide. Is it going to be updates from SIIM with Cheryl and Mark?
I can't understand what else it would be.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we'll just start a new tradition, right?
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what are your first impressions when you think about chair-elect? What does that mean to you? What are your thoughts for the SIIM members?
For the SIIM members going forward. Well, I think my first thoughts are of humility and gratitude, and it's such I think an honor to serve. I also think about the other people who have served before me. And think about standing on the shoulders of giants and trying to move forward and really do what I can to fulfill the importance of this role.
And you came on at a good time because next year is our 40th.
It is the 40th. So
wow! And so you get to be chair-elect at our SIIM 2020 annual meeting.
That is a great honor, and also coincidentally. Austin was the place where I attended my very first SIIM conference.
What year was that?
I think Andrea said it was 2006.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fun. So it's come full circle.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
So SIIM 2020, mark your calendars, June 24th through 26th in Austin, Texas. 40th anniversary, and you get to hear Dr. Mark Coley.
Thank you very much.
So welcome back to Updates at SIIM with Cheryl and Jim, but it's not Cheryl and Jim right now. It's actually Dr. Brad Erickson. Yes, the sort of transformation has completed. Brad, thank you so much for joining us here today on our on-location filming. We were going to talk a little bit about SIIM, our conference that comes up in September, actually, right? And so we're really focused on machine intelligence. So at this meeting, I've heard so much about artificial intelligence. You can't swing a dead cat without somebody saying something about it. Is it all hype? I mean, tell me the real scoop.
The real scoop. The real scoop is, although Gartner says that AI is at the top of the hype cycle, there's an awful lot of gas left in the engine.
Okay.
There's so many new technologies. Every day I get an email with all these new articles of new applications for AI, and there are all sorts of new families of technologies that are coming out. Things like generative adversarial networks, I think, are going to revolutionize the way we think about imaging in medicine, and other ways to understand what the network is seeing. Explainable AI is going to give us new insights into how these technologies work, the information in the images, and new ways to make images to extract even more information. I think we're just at the early part of the curve.
That's awesome. And I think when I hear the words generative adversarial networks, I think that captures the fact that SIIM is a different kind of conference than SIIM has had in the past, right? It's a little bit more focused on research, on the actual science that's going on.
That's exactly right. When we looked at what was happening with SIIM, I think there's a lot of great educational activity that's going on, but we really wanted to make sure that we kept the field alive by really promoting the importance of research and creating a community that would really advance the science in this area. And that's actually the origin of the SIIM meeting, and I think we've really done a great job of focusing on that, and the community has responded. The attendance is fantastic and the content is amazing. It has really far surpassed what I ever hoped would happen, so I'm really happy with the whole SIIM meeting.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a guest here on the Cheryl and Jim show, live on location, not far from the airport, as you might be able to tell, but so we're having a lot of fun anyway.
Thanks for having me, and I'll do my best to imitate Cheryl next time.
I love it.